place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all.
Hello everybody and welcome to Airport Parkway. First of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for 175 subs. It really means a lot. Hopefully we can get to our next sub goal, 200, anytime soon. Now, we're here at Airport Parkway today because it's time to do secrets of the waterline extension. Now you may be wondering why we're starting at Airport Parkway. Airport Parkway is not on the waterline, it's especially not on the waterline extension, so why are we here? Well, the reason being is it's incredibly close to Airport West, so we're going to have a look at just how long it takes and just how close they are. Follow me. Now, before leaving Airport West, we have to give a little nod to the signage, which now states Airport West for Airport Parkway. And the best bit is, we'll see another instance of this later on in the video. One last thing before we leave Airport West, these lovely new advertisements for Transport for Stepford are now in place. And we've not seen these before, which is absolutely lovely. It's one of the first stations to have these, one of the first updates to install them. And they look really good. They look much better than the original Airlink Express advertisements, which are still sadly in place. Unfortunately, this isn't a waterline fact, but we'll be sneaking in a couple of these throughout the video. This is a lovely little model of a plane which can be seen on a roundabout approximately halfway between Farley Road Depot and Terminal 2. Now, this probably seems to look like a Crossrail, but here at Farley and at Farley Road Depot, the tunnel entrances at either end have been named, and this one here is Farley Portal. But the more intriguing bit is what they've chosen to name the other portal. We're going to have a look at that in a second. Now behind me you can find the absolutely stunning Farley Depot. I believe it's called Farley Depot rather than Farley Road Depot. Now this is the largest depot in the whole game, I believe, with about 18 roads. So that's 18 trains that can be stored there at any one time. Now, coming back to my point earlier about the portal names, at this end the portals are Hempstead and Melrose. Where are Hempstead and Melrose? And what are the inspiration for these portal names? Is it new areas that are going to pop up? Are they new areas that just don't exist because of nothing? Could it be hinting towards possible new stations at Hempstead, Melrose, something like that on the waterline? Or is it just for names? Did they just not have anything better to name them? I'm really intrigued as to where they got Hempstead and Melrose, and whether these are going to be implemented in future or whether it's just for the portal names. Oh, and there's also a train washer, which is just really pog, so pog. Yay. Now, I can't find many reasons why you would actually use James Street Station. It's got a limited service, it's really close to Terminal 2, and there's not much here. Now, the first notable thing when you enter the station is the ticket booths on your left, and they're notably closed. This is because obviously with more advanced technology, more train operating companies are going online. Now behind me there's a set of 4 escalators that then narrows down into 2 escalators, and with the escalators especially, this definitely looks like it's designed to have a lot more people and a lot more foot flow than there actually is in the station. But there is a design flaw to this down at track level.
Platform 1 for the 15:34 Waterline service to Esterfield. Calling at Farley, Rosedale Village and Esterfield. This train is formed of 2 coaches.
James Street Station has the narrowest platforms I have seen for a commuter rail service, especially when you're looking at where the escalators are, how narrow the platforms are there. I'd say that's quite unsafe, especially as there's trains passing through here at up to 75 miles per hour. There's also a really lovely 730 here in the sidings, in the direction of Farley as well, which is very nice. Welcome to Farley. Please excuse the terrible pun behind me. I don't like it, it's terrible. But Farley Station is based off of Surrey Quays Station in London, and as well as supporting services to and from Esterfield, Benton and Newry, also hosts a terminating service from Newry Harbour. Now Farley Station really seems to be quite Art Deco and quite stylish in itself, such as these pillars that can be found along the middle of the 2 tracks. Now, along with the off indicators, which you have both towards Esterfield and towards James Street, can't not mention that similar to Airport West, Farley also has for the University of Benton. Now I've looked and circled around the area and I can't find a physical building, but there are lots of university-like buildings, which I think probably is what it's hinting at. Now normally, especially when you're just recording a sequence of, say, the Esterfield branch, it's really hard to find secrets for it. But this is definitely an exception. Rosedale Village in particular has so many interesting things about it. You've got to try and squeeze it into one video instead of trying to draw out the video. I love it. I love the single ticket machine and pad here. I love the tiny little shelter and the little archway through. I absolutely love this quaint little station building on the other side, and I really like how the tracks are lovely and curved. The overhead wires also looks really, really stylish here. Now I have never seen a footbridge quite like this one. I really love how you can see through the bottom of each step. Really replicates what it's like in real life. It's just a shame that these boards are here so you can't quite see over the top. Oh, and we seem to be going through a theme of place names and names that haven't appeared in SCR yet, and while we're at it, we might as well mention Rosewood. Rosewood Regional Medical Centre. This implies that perhaps Rosedale is a strand of Rosewood, or Rosewood is a more central or more city-like area that doesn't exist. Similar to Melrose and Hempstead that we saw earlier. Where are all these places? And when are they appearing? When are they turning up in-game? Now before we leave Rosedale and head towards our final stop of the day at Esterfield, you can't not note that there's a car park here with a grand total of 18 spaces. You can count them if you really want. I've done it for you. Esterfield, on the other hand, only boasts 16 spaces, only 5 of which are actually vacant as they're filled with these weird looking cars. But there's so many more things to squeeze into Esterfield, I have to do them really, really quickly. So on the north of the station you have got Esterfield sidings, and on the south side you've got Esterfield Train Maintenance Depot, which features some lovely little TSR boards and signs pictured now. You've also got this lovely little matrix staircase engraved into the wall of one of the buildings, which may or may not be something to do with the scavenger hunt. You've got a playground here as well, and a giant graveyard. Sorry, I had to do it. And finally, before we finish the video, let's take a look at the views offered between Esterfield and Rosedale Village. And that is where our journey must unfortunately end. Now, of course, there's going to be more secrets. There's going to be more episodes. Stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.